There are many ways to spell the J sound. Let's look at one way to spell the J sound. Look at these words. We have J-A-M, jam, J-O-B, job, J-U-N-G-L-E, jungle. Where do you hear the J sound? That's correct, in the initial part of the word. We hear J in the initial. Also, when you hear J in the medial part of a word, you can see the J as well. That initial medial J comes right before what letters? What do you notice that's after the J sound? A, O, and a U. A, O, and a U. And how is that initial or medial J before A, O, and U is spelled? That's correct. It's spelled with a J. Let's look at some other words. J-E-N-T-L-Y, gently. J-I-S-T, gist. S-T-I-N-G-Y, stingy. Where are you hearing the J sound in these words? That's correct. In the initial part of the word and also in the middle part of the word. Initial and medial J. Now notice what is after the J. We have a E, I, and a Y. So initial medial J that comes right before a E, a I, and a Y is spelled with what letter? G. Let's look at some more words. F-U-D-G-E, fudge. L-O-D-G-E, lodge. R-I-D-G-E, ridge. This time, where are we hearing the J sound? That's correct. We're hearing it in the final position. So, final J is spelled how? That's correct. It is spelled D-G-E. What do you notice that comes right before the D-G-E? That's correct. These are called vowels. U, O, and I are vowels. What kind of vowels are they? A vowel enclosed coded with a is short, code with a breve. A vowel enclosed short, code with a breve. A vowel enclosed short, code with a breve. Yes, that's correct. All of these vowels are short vowels. So a short vowel followed by a final J sound is spelled trigraph D-G-E. Let's look at our last list of words. H-I-N-G-E, hinge. C-A-G-E, cage. F-O-R-G-E, forge. Where are we hearing that J sound? Correct. In the final position. So final J is spelled how? Correct. It's spelled with a G-E. Let's see if we can notice something here. What's before the j sound, the GE? Consonant. Long A, that's a long vowel sound. Another consonant. So that means final j is spelled GE with consonants and long vowel sounds. But a short vowel followed by a final j is spelled DGE. So we have two choices here when we're talking about the final position. Let's look over here. Oh, we have two choices here. And both are initial and medial. Initial and medial j. But before A, O, or U, it's a J. Before E, I, and Y, it's a G. Well, let's look at some words. If I was going to spell a word, this word, rage, R, A, J, R, R, A, J. Okay, I'm hearing the J in the final part of the word. These are my two choices in the final part of the word. It's either DGE or GE. Let's look at what's before it. It's a long sound, R, A. So with a long sound, I know it's GE here because this is only for short vowels. So I'm going to put GE down here. That's correct. That's the way to spell rage. Let's spell some more, another word. Let's spell join. J. Oi. J. I'm hearing that in the initial part of the word. These are my two choices when it comes to the initial or the medial part of the word. It could be a J or a G. Let's keep going with join. Let's leave that first one blank. J. Oi. Oi. O. I. N. J. Well, it's right before an O and an I. Let's go back up here and look. J. O. O. Initial medial J. Before O is spelled with a J. And these are E, I, and Y. And I know that's O. So it has to be a J. Join. Correct. It goes in this spot. This means that there are 4 ways to spell the J sound. In the initial and medial position, I can either choose a J or a G. In the final position, I can either choose trigraph D, G, E, or I can choose G, E. So now when I do my spelling sounds, I'll say J. J, comma, G. We use comma to separate. Final position, trigraph D, G, E, comma, G, E.